All right, good morning, everyone. Stella, the shop dog, is at home with me on a Saturday morning. She's freezing cold. It's 34 degrees outside. I don't even know what that is. That's like plus 1 degree Celsius for you European and other worldly folks. It's not too cold to be on the alert for a squirrel, though, because there's lots of squirrels up in that tree right there. And she's for sure gonna chase one, bite one, chomp one. I don't know what she's gonna do. She's shivering. Even with the fur coat, she's shivering. So we're at home today. We're in our home garage, and it's cold, but it's clear. And whenever it's clear, it's good driving weather. So I'm gonna take out a 2-stroke car. I'm done with the 4-stroke cars for today. I gotta run a few errands to get some plumbing parts for the house. Thinking about either the yellow DKW or maybe the blue van. The blue van has not been out in a while. It's 2-stroke, can haul a lot of stuff. I got to get some Christmas decorations from the shop. Maybe we'll take the blue van out. Oh, I don't know. DKW, blue van, which is it going to be? I don't know. Okay, let's get the door open, get some cars out, and let's get going. A couple things. When you have a garage as packed as mine, you have to move each individual car out to get another one out. That's just the way it works. Also, I'm going to give you another garage tip. If you have carpet in your garage, I'll show you something here, and your car leaks any type of oil at all, you have an oil spot on the carpet. And like my DKW here leaked a little oil out the expansion chamber. You can see it leaves a mess. That's okay. That's what carpet's for, right? Keep your feet warm, keep your car drips contained. Hopefully they don't catch fire. So on the DKW here, I've been doing a little touch up to the seals. The seals are original and they're cracked and they're old. Look at that. But I've been using this restoration method that I don't know that I patented or not. It's this, what is it? Trim Black, Forever Trim Black. Yeah. I put that into a little bucket there and use a brush, like an acid dip brush, and it really makes the seals a lot better. This seal on the rear window of a DKW is a 3-piece seal with aluminum strips. Glass guys won't touch it. Nobody in my area is like, oh no, I'm never going to do that. It's cracked. It needs to be replaced. You can see, if I get really close, it's rotten. And it'll leak, but it holds the window in, and I've just been like living with it because it's pretty bad. But putting that trim black on there has really revitalized it and made it look better. It won't make it new, of course, but it made a big difference. Like you can see, I used the trim black on this side and I didn't use it on this side. And it filled in a lot of cracks. You gotta just, it's like a paste. You just brush it on and then just wipe off any excess. It actually works pretty well. And if there's any overspray from the paint because you couldn't take the seal out, it covers that up too. Again, it's not perfect, but it makes me feel a lot better. So I've been working on that on DKW when I get some free time. I think I've done this side of the seal. You gotta be careful not to get it onto the car paint because it doesn't come off. It's really good stuff. So that's our tip and trick for the day. I don't know. I really want to drive this car. I haven't driven it in a while, but I do need to load up on Christmas decorations from the shop, and it doesn't have this carrying capacity, so I might just fire it up here and just listen to it kind of gurgle and pop and fuss and smoke, and then we'll probably take the 2-stroke van to do our work. So I've got to get the scooter out of here, get that jacked around, get that out, but I think we're going to fire this up. So let me get this stuff cleaned off the roof, and I'll probably back it out and let it run a little bit. Stella, are you excited to hear our 2-stroke car run? You are? What a good girl. So cold out there. Shop dog doesn't look super excited, but she's always excited to do whatever Dad wants to do. Aren't you? What a good girl. So we're going to try to fire up the DKW here. It's been sitting for some time, and I don't know. I think, I'm trying to remember if the battery is up. Let's see. Clutch. I left myself a note. Clutch adjustment needed. Okay, well, that was last time. Let's see if we got any battery power at all. So let me turn it on. I don't hear a fuel pump. Let's see. Clutch. 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 Let Fuel pump should be buzzing. Let's take a look under the hood. Okay. I think I need 2 hands for this. I do. Okay. All right. As I thought. I'm remembering now I had to borrow this battery for another car that I broke down in about a month ago. So I charged it up. Let's hook it back up. Positive, positive. No sparks. That's always good. Okay, we should have a good battery. Let's tighten that up. Okay, I got the battery pretty well tightened up on this DKW. Oh, no, that's still loose. So I like to use Honda Civic batteries in my DKWs. They fit good. They're a 51R group size. They work really well. They used to be cheap. Used to be able to get them for 40 bucks. Now they're $140. Everything has gone up so much. Okay, I think that's tight now. If you're new to the channel, this is the 2-stroke turbo channel. I'm going to do a little plug on a 2-stroke car here. This is my 1958 DKW 3 = 6. It has 3 individual coils. There are 3 separate sets of points on the crankshaft, and there's an advanced mechanism down there that gives it the ignition timing that it needs. It is 900 cc's. This engine was seized when I got it. I basically just took it apart. I took a wire wheel and ball hone to the cylinders and just let her rip. And she's been running good for the last, had it since 1996. So I think that's 25 years plus. Hydrosiphon cooling system, you can tell, well, maybe you can't, by this huge radiator hose. So as warm water rises, it rises up this hose. As it's cooled by the radiator, it goes down and it naturally circulates. There is no water pump at all. Has a 40mm Solex downdraft carburetor. This one I think has a 30mm choke in it, which is a little big, less torque. Has a factory air cleaner on it, and I put a little bell on there, like an intake bell or a velocity stack to help it breathe a little bit better. I don't know if it made a difference or not. That is a shrimp cocktail sauce dipping vessel. That's what that is. I have an electric fuel pump in the back. There's a mechanical fuel pump here. Mechanical in the sense that it's a pulse pump. There is no mechanical linkage to the engine. In other words, it just relies on compression pressure. We have it converted to 12 volts positive, and I don't know, it's 40 horsepower or something like that. It's a ripper. I love this thing. It revs up real good. I did put on a remote brake reservoir. You can see over there with a Honda reservoir bottle. That works really well. I do have heat in this car. It just basically takes heat off the radiator fan as it blows through the back of the radiator. You can divert it with valves either underneath the car or into the car. No exhaust gases, nothing like that. It just blows warm air through the radiator and into that tube, and you can divert it up to the defrosters or down to your feet, or you can have fresh air, which I don't have the fresh air tube, which is supposed to go over here and take in fresh air ventilation. My fresh air is just by simply rolling down the windows. So that's a little bit of an overview of the 2-stroke engine. Hope you like that. Let me get around the back side, driver's side of the car, and we'll see if it'll fire up. It's been a while since I've driven this car. It's probably going to smoke out the neighborhood is what I'm guessing will happen. Okay, so we should have a fuel pump now. And we do. And we got some gauges. Oh, we are low on fuel. I didn't realize we were empty. So let's see, pull the choke out. Let's see what happens. There we go. Make sure it's neutral. It is going to smoke to high heaven. I know it is. Yep. Okay, I'm going to push the choke back in. I don't think it will. I might have to do a choke up. A little bit. There we go. Love this thing. Boy, is she sticky. Okay. See if she'll settle down. This thing is ready to drive, although we're not going to take it today. I'm going to turn it off. That's awesome. Love this car. Okay, let's unbury this Subaru 360. I created all the exhaust gas smoke in my garage. We'll let that air out for a minute. Wouldn't you know it, somebody has taken to getting a little comfort while we work on the cars in the garage. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I had to open the garage door all the way to let all the two-stroke exhaust out. I don't know if you guys recall, but the last time I started up, I think it was that 360 had been sitting for about a year, and that one has a leaky oil pump. The injector pump leaks, so it fills up the muffler when it sits for a long time. And I started it up right here. That's been a couple of years, and my neighbors next door called the fire department because there was so much smoke coming out of my garage. They banged on the door first, the front door of the house, and let me know they were going to, but I was like, oh, no, it's just a car. Oh. About 10 minutes, there's still smoke rolling out of my shop. Stella, you shouldn't be in the smoke. It's not good for you. And you can still see little waves of exhaust puffing out of the car, just starting it up that quickly. I now understand why people were so against two-stroke cars back in the day. Stella, you like two-stroke cars though, right? Okay, so we did the smart thing and we pulled our Subaru 360 two-stroke smoker out of the garage. Second two-stroke car we're starting today. Or this is a van, but it's pretty much a car. Stella, you want to go for a ride? I think she does. Let's see if it starts. I'm going to check a few things first. I haven't driven this in a while either. I want to check the battery fluid. I'm sorry, the brake fluid. Check the battery too. That's on my mind. It's a really windy day, and I'm just afraid that the wind's going to catch this door and smash it into my Figaro. So what do I do? So I move the car a little bit so the door doesn't smash. Stella, you really want to go for a drive, don't you? Let's see if we have a battery. Oh, we do. We got a fuel pump, but it's dry. There it goes. It's been a while. We've got brakes. Sort of do. Oh, something kind of popped. Okay, we should have enough power. We got a little bit of fuel. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's a choke. Choke is right here. I don't know how else this is going to go. What do you think, Stella? Is it going to start? Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's too cold. I need a boost or something. Oh, man, that is not going to cut it. Ah, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. All right. We got to get the booster out. Charge the battery. So we've determined that our two-stroke Subaru 360 van will not start. The battery is not flat, but not good enough. We dropped a cord from the garage there, and we've got the booster, the kind that's wired. I can't find my portable one. I don't know where it is. But I wanted to show you how you would get to the battery on a Subaru 360. It's not where you'd think. So first of all, you got to open the hatch. It's a three-way hatch. The whole back of the van actually opens. So the engine compartment comes down. If I can show you that here. Get in there and show you that like this. This provides access to the engine. We have our air filter, our generator, oil, engine in there. And then this tailgate comes down and the hatch goes up. So basically the whole back of the van opens up. It's 3 doors on the back. So let's get the hatch open and then get the cover off. The battery is in that box right there, which is, I got a bolted cover from the top. We got to access it. I'll show you. wing nuts on my battery cover. I got to unsnap the carpet here on both sides, and then ouch, that one bit me. We got to take this cover off with 4 bolts, and then we can access the battery, and then we can charge the battery, and then be on our way someday. Just giving up. Going for a ride today. Gonna lay in the sun. Very low December sun, but nonetheless, we'll take it. So we got our battery access panel, or actually our engine access panel, exposed our engine here. We've got a pretty new battery. What does it say? 2021? 11 of 20, so it's a year old. 2 years old, excuse me. I have reset the voltage to 14 volts to make the generator work a little harder. Takes a 12 millimeter ratchet to undo the 4 bolts to get the panel off, and we have got it charging. It's taking 8 amps. It's on boost. It'll probably start. Might want to give it a few minutes here. Let's see. Should we try? See what happens. Just got to get the wing over a little more. If I can press my button. It's so cold. Nothing seems to work good when it's cold. Okay, let's try this again. Chokes out. Got a fuel pump running. See if this thing will start. Come on, baby, let's start. There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh! There we go. It's gonna smoke. You wanna go? Oh boy. I knew that was gonna happen. It's cold. Ooh, loaded up. Okay. There we go. Settling down. Back is working. Definitely not working. You've been waiting for this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. You gonna hop up in here? Come on. In the back of the van. Come on. Up. Can you do it? Come on. Ready to go in the door? How about I open the door for you? Little princess. Okay, there we go. He's ready to go. There we go. Running a little funny. Hopefully that'll clear up. So the little van is running. It's not running perfect. Seems like a spark plug might be half fouled or something, but it is running. And take it to the shop, check tire pressures, check anything else it needs, brake fluid. I may get some fuel, but let's just get in it, hop in it, and take it for a drive and enjoy this nice sunny Saturday. Everything is frozen. Everything is very cold. Doesn't work great. Now I gotta fix my tachometer. Okay, reverse. And here we go. My ears are all out of whack. Beautiful fall day. And other than not feeling like the brakes don't work. Brakes are frozen or something. There's no coefficient of friction. Pedal's nice and firm, but there's just no stopping. What's up with that? Hopefully they're not all leaking. But it's a nice day to be out driving a 2-stroke car, let me tell you. Oh, the brakes are just not right. What's up with that? More speed going on the main road now. All the 2-stroke smoke has blown out, and I think it was really loaded up. But brakes are just like awful. There's just no good stop. I don't know what's up with them. I think they've glazed over or fluid has leaked out. That doesn't make me happy. Got to check into that. Does not feel safe. All right, we made it to the shop. no problems other than the brakes. I think they're glazed or leaking something. They just feel like they're wet. They haven't dried out. So I'm going to take a look at those. It's certifiably not optimal to drive. I don't like that feeling at all. Doesn't feel like I can stop. I think it's the fronts. I haven't checked the brake fluid, but I think brake fluid's leaking onto the drums or into the drums and causing a slick, no friction. I don't know. I'm going to flush them out here with some brake clean and some water and see if that can make some better. Always happens when things sit for a while. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so I pulled the brake fluid bottle out from underneath the dash, and as I expected, there's nothing in there. That means all the brake fluid is on the shoes, and we've got a leak. That's not good. Dang it. I replaced these brakes like a year ago. That stinks. All right, so I filled up my brake reservoir under the dash there, and wouldn't you know it, as soon as I filled it up, I can see some drops on the ground, and it's leaking right here where the master cylinder is. But that doesn't explain why my brakes have no coefficient of friction. I think I'm going to flush those out. I wonder, I've got a leak. And of course, the dreaded master cylinder is under the floorboards. Just such a pain to get to. But what I'm going to do for now, depending on how bad that leak is, I put down my catch basin. I'm going to rinse out my drums, and just do that by squirting brake clean into my drum areas. I didn't see any fluid leaking out of the drums, which is strange. Just squirt those in there a little bit and see what happens, what runs out. I can rinse off the rest with a hose. But I just have no good brakes. I don't see any brake fluid coming out. Usually it's all nasty. Okay, so we got our wheels back down on the ground. Try a couple brake tests here. Back up a little bit. Oh, it's already better. Pedal's firm, but couldn't get the front of the van to go down. Okay, it's working now. The front brakes are working. I cleaned them out with some brake clean. Now I can see my yellow oil light starting to flash on, that I can use the brakes properly. So we're going to do a little maintenance here. What a nice day, Stella. It's cold though, isn't it? Little van needs some help. Stella's all anxious to do something. We got our tires pumped up on the little blue van. We're going to put some oil in the oil reservoir. I noticed it's a little low. And the way we do that, I'll show you. Open the engine cover. And right here, next to my trailer brakes lighting, you pull out the oil and the oil sock, and I can see the oil levels down pretty low. It's down here. Holds, I think, 2 liters. We're going to put in, I don't know, 1 liter or so. Let's put that in. Might need to get a funnel. So I like using this red line oil. This is not the smokeless stuff. This is the all sport. It smokes less. It's not smoke less. Full synthetic. So the brake fluid has not dripped yet. So we're going to take this thing for a drive on the real open road. Pedals firm. Fluid is full. We're ready to go. Alright, so we're back on the road again. Oh, look at Mount Hood. Come around this corner. Look at that snow-capped Mount Hood. See it right there? That is gorgeous. Whoop. So we're going about 40 miles an hour. The brakes are restored after I cleaned the shoes. It's crazy. And I know it's not the proper repair, but it'll get me to the home repair depot, Home Depot, to get the part I need for fix my sink.
everything's going good. Can't ask for a better day. As long as the van holds together. Seems like it is. Smooth sailing. Funny, the brakes have gone from having no sensation to now being overly sensitive. I have to be careful if I jab the brakes. It like puts my nose through the windshield. What a difference. Oh, gotta use the brakes. They're still kind of working the grease off of them. Incredible difference. That's the way they should be though. Snappy. That's the way I like them. All right, we just finished up at the Home Depot. Got the part I needed for my plumbing. And you would think that a really tiny car would stand out amongst all these. Oh, there it is, right there. It is pretty tiny. We decided to get a little gas at the local gas station, and most of the country is pretty cheap. We're still at $5.59. The premium has actually come down. The sign out there says $5.79. Maybe that's for hold it because it's a classic vehicle and it goes really slow. But in Oregon, you're not allowed to pump your own fuel. Against the law. We now have a full tank of gas. You can see the gauge is all the way full. We're sitting here waiting at a stoplight. It is just so cold. No heat in here. I do have a heater down here. This Jeep heater, but it uses so much power it just drains all the power of the engine. The heat is not free. So I think we're going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Little Subaru van, got a good little run today. It hasn't been out for a while. Super nice to get it out there. Stella enjoyed going for a ride. She's back in the back there, just enjoying herself, looking for squirrels. And I have to write myself a note to fix the brakes on this thing. I'm going to redo the braking system. I don't like that hose that comes off the reservoir. It looks like it's starting to leak. I think that's what's leaking down by the master cylinder. I've got some new hose for that, and take a look at the wheel cylinders when it warms up a little bit, and we're going to put this thing away because I am just freezing. I'm going to fix my sink. So thanks for coming along for a ride. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Had this van now since 1996, so going on 25 plus years, and I still love driving it every time I get the chance. All right, we'll catch you on the next video.